Hi, my name's Robin Thornton, encouraging you to think more musically. And what I want to do today's lesson on is something that I see in drumming teaching a lot, which is it's going to be two things. It's going to be stick grip, which we'll go into first, and then why it's important that you have stick grip in a certain way and what that opens up for you in the future. So I was doing a lesson yesterday and I saw the student kind of holding the sticks like this, putting a lot of tension on the back of the hand, and there was nothing on the front of the hand. So they were holding the sticks fairly loosely. Which if you're hitting drums like, out of interest, I have an integrated kit, which means that I can control the volume of cymbals for younger students. But you know, it also means that I can get interesting sounds like this, which is kind of fun. So I'll bring those in the lesson as I'm going. So this thing where you're holding the sticks like this and you've got no control over the front of your hand, over the thumb and the index finger, it means that everything that you're doing is single sticking. This means that the wrist, you can see a breakage in the wrist. I don't obviously mean that the bones break, but the scaphoid moves here. That if I'm hitting the drum once, you see one movement for one movement of the stick on the left hand. Might be worth slowing the video down to see exact motions. So if I hit the sticks twice, if I hit the drums twice, then using single sticking, that's going to look like this. Which with a hand grip like this, so far so normal. What I want you to do is this. Hold the stick in your index finger. This is what this looks like from, I guess, both sides. My thumb is going to come down the stick here so that you can see, what's the best way of getting this into the camera? Feels strange from this angle, doesn't feel like it's right from that angle. You can see it coming out of the tip of your thumb here. What this is going to do is it's going to give you a rocking motion like a seesaw. So your sticks are much more, they're balanced. Can you see there that if I hold them like this, it's my wrists that control the movement of the stick, and the stick has no flexibility to it. If I hold it between my thumb and my index finger, then hopefully you can just see that there's much more movement to the sticks. Which means if I'm single sticking, what we do? Then it's fine. You've got a little bit more flex in the stick, but it's not just single sticking that you can do. There's a thing that's called double sticking, which on an electric kit is really fun. You just get loads of hits off that. If I try the same thing with this grip here, it just doesn't work. So I can either do single sticks or I can do double sticks. The way that you do a double stick, I suppose if I explain the single stick, in contrast to that, there's one breakage in the wrist for one hit of the drum. For double sticking, there's one breakage in the wrist for two hits of the drum. What I want you to do is two exercises for this. The first exercise bounces the stick up to about 45 degrees. So that thing that I was saying, hold the stick in your index finger like this, roll the thumb down. That's half of the exercise. And you can see here that I'm using pressure between my thumb and my index finger to hold the stick at like a 45-degree angle. Sort of. I just try that, just bounce. To that. So if you're an acoustic kit or an electric kit, it's going to be the same motion, although electric kits and acoustic kits feel differently. I've got mine tuned really low, like Celtic low, like a Baran. That's on purpose. Just in case go for it. Like, more activity in the comments is awesome. So go complain about stuff in the comments. It's brilliant. Subscribe and share and do all that kind of stuff while you're there. That's all. Now, the second part of the exercise is once I've bounced up to about here, this is using my thumb and my index finger, then my triggers, the rest of my fingers are going to act like a Winchester, and like a Winchester rifle, kind of cocking the rifle. Some people think of it as fly fishing as well, which kind of, or like casting. Casting a fishing rod or casting a spell to throw, and it does feel like I'm throwing the end of the stick. So I'm using rubber socks on the end of my stick, so I just like the sound of that for my toms. Also, I can do different sounds off the hi-hat, or I should get a couple of extra cymbals around here, shouldn't I? But so what I'm doing as the whole motion, bounce up and hold the pressure between your index and your middle finger, and then pull with your fingers. It's hard to do this to camera. I'm slightly twisted against the drum here, which is why my left hand is coming out worse than it normally does. I'm a left-handed writer and an ambidextrous drummer, so that's not really an issue. You will find that one hand is harder than the others as you're practicing, particularly if you're just like right-handed, living in a right-handed world. You'll probably find that your right hand is better than your left, so practice for that. So I keep hitting that cymbals because I'm sitting slightly squint to do this on camera. So now with this grip, this new grip, you can single, single, single. So on one drum. And these paradiddles are here to practice single sticking and double sticking. And the reason that becomes effective is to A, give you more flex across your sticks and more feel around the kit, but also what would I do then? Slightly wrong in that, so I might be doing two single sticks. Watch out for that as a problem that comes up in this this exercise. Is you're not looking for, you see two breaks in the wrist there. The angle's slightly wrong in this, but focus on that being a double stick. There. Single, double, single, double, paradiddle. commonly call too long for a video, although lessons, which you can book at robinthornton.co.uk, I do location-based lessons in Banchory in Scotland, but I also do online lessons throughout the world. I've taught in Australia, Russia, France, Middle East. If we can make the time zone work, then I can give you lessons. Obviously, the lessons are longer than 10 minutes. Obviously, you can concentrate for longer than 10 minutes and play with this and have fun. But this is a video, so I'll stop it there. Hold the stick in between your index finger and your thumb, and then use your fingers to activate the motion, particularly when it comes to double sticking. But you'll find that you've got much more use of your hand rather than holding it at the back of your hand, which doesn't really mean you've got any of the use of your hand. See you in the next video, and we'll take it from there.